All right. There we go. What up? Good folk. Good day. Great midday. And welcome to Montez at Midday. I'm your host, Dre Montez. Been brought to you by title sponsor, the Weed Squad St. Louis. Go to the Weed Squad STL.com for more information or stop by their location at 8088 Watson Road. Smoothie time. Smoothie time. Smoothie time. Well, it's Fist Pump Friday, Fired Up Friday, Fireball Friday, Fried Chicken Friday, Free for All Friday, Oktoberfest Friday, Chili Cook Off Friday. All those things are going on, but most importantly, if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. Libra Nation on deck. Libra Nation on deck. May I have your attention, please? All Libras, please report to the deck. Today is your day. As well as, let's high five it on out. High fives, chest bump. Hug it out. Oh, let's get enough of that hug. You need that hug from time to time. You need that hug from time to time. If you're celebrating anything other than a birthday today, congratulations. If you getting the keys to something that's yours, congratulations. Is today the day that it's all final? Congratulations. If you're worried about anything, you got this. Let's enjoy the details of the day as it always intended to be. If it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much. Feel free to take a look at the website, www.dremontez.com. That way you can get a complete listing of all of the participating sponsors. And don't forget you can follow us on YouTube as well under Dre Montez. Appreciate the new subscribers. Thank you so much. We're getting up there. I think we have 8 people. We need to increase these numbers some kind of way. We may need to go streaking, break into someone's house and go swimming in a pool with a full football uniform on from somewhere, something of that nature. But we got to get those YouTube numbers up. You can also follow us on Twitter at W2B Dre Montez, Instagram, Who's to Blame the Podcast as well. And we also have a podcast page on Facebook, Who's to Blame, use the number two. Number two. Remember Chuck Willery on the dating game. Be back in 2 minutes and 2 seconds. 2 and 2. So got that leg cross, that hair, get that side profile back in the day. Just visualizing that right there. But here we are on this magnificent Friday. The weather is outstanding outside. Got to applaud that. No issues with the Wi-Fi. No issues with the video gameplay. It's been an incredible past 32 hours. Not 24, but 32 hours. We have been getting it in on NBA 2K and trying to get it in as well on MLB The Show. But there it is there. You've had it. You had a taste of it. It feel real good. Thank you for the thoughts and concerns on yesterday's show and the emails. Everything is okay, but sometimes you got to get that off your chest. Speaking of that, we're going to start the first segment off today on this Fist Pump Friday edition of Montez at Midday. Brought to you by a title sponsor again, the Weed Squad, St. Louis. I don't know how this started. I don't know if I saw a movie or I saw someone do this, but I know one day I took a walk. And it happened to be at the end of my softball season, not career, but softball season. So it became a little ritual I would do at the end of the football season, the baseball, the basketball, and so forth. So I'm wondering, what do you guys do to get it out of your head, put it behind you? You play a video game, you do all of your baseball laundry or your sport that's about the end of season laundry at one time, you put it away, or you just go on like nothing has happened, or you just don't think about it because you into another sport that's about to pick right up, or is it something that you do? I like to walk it off. I like to take a walk through the neighborhood. And yesterday was one of my first walks through the neighborhood since a sporting season has ended, that being my St. Louis Cardinals baseball team. But on the walk, I discovered other things on the walk, other than the beautiful houses, the fact there are no kids ever laughing, playing. You barely hear a dog barking. But anyway, it was a midday afternoon on Thursday. Beautiful weather yesterday. Beautiful, beautiful. But on the walk, I'm thinking about as a fan, and I'm also thinking back in the days I played softball. And it happens to be at the same time I had a lot of friends and former teammates that were out in Vegas last weekend playing ball. Some Missouri and Illinois and North Carolina and Louisiana showed out there. I had a lot of friends that I've played ball against or with that happened to be in Vegas last weekend. So shout out to you guys. So it had me thinking about the walk I had taken during my softball years. But that final walk, or that walk you taken after your first season of playing tournament ball, or your first season being all vested into the Cardinals and the way we lost. On that walk, you're trying to figure out what you think is the problem. You think what we need. And I wonder sometimes, do the coaches do that? Does the do the people in charge do that? What do they do when the season is done, besides go on vacation? Besides kiss their mistress goodbye. What did I say something wrong? What? I thought women a trust tree. But I'm wondering, what do athletes do for their quote unquote the walk it off? To put it all behind. Let's contemplate. Let's really think about what just transpired this past season. How can we do better? And how can I let it go for about a month and a half and then it's back to business, back to normal for the players, for the people really involved into the team decisions and the outcome of the score. I'm wondering what's that like. I'm wondering. And if you do play softball and you came up a little bit short this year, team meetings are a must and needed when the season ends. Take a week off, then get together and just take a look back. Hey, what did we come up short on? Did we hit too many home runs? Did we play better away from our home city and state? How can we get better on the road? Why do we keep running out of money? Should we think about doing more fundraisers that are more fit for our team? Should we consider getting a tax ID number? Do we need someone to help us with our social media? Are we going to wear these same uniforms again? All those things need to be talked about. Who we picking up? Somebody's going to retire. Somebody's going to retire. That's going to happen. It's going to be somebody you like, you deal with. It's going to be hard for that person to walk away from the game. So you got to be there for that person that's about to retire from softball. It's going to be very hard for them to let it go. Just think about that guy sometimes. Think about that guy quite a bit. But in the meantime, we're going to take our first break here. Word from our title. Word from our sponsor, Mountain Man Scrub.
Mountain Man Scrub.
Mountain Man Scrub. Go to mountainmanscrub.com.
As smooth as a river
Use the
flows.
promo code. Trademark code. Elbows, knees, and feet. And also, if you have tattoos, many of you do, it's great to bring out the HD.
MountainManscrub.com.
Mountain Man Scrub. Get your scrub on.
Get your scrub on.
Hard working folks. Trying to look out for you. Trying to look out for you. If you're just tuning in, where you been all this time? Where you been? If you're in your car smoking one and listening to hip hop and me at the same time, you probably deserve it. You probably deserve it. Do you have enough time to go to your car on lunch break nowadays? Is that still a thing? Is that still a thing? Those were the days back in the day. I used to always hear people talking about the days of yesteryear when I was younger. Now you get to that age and you find yourself talking about, oh, I remember those damn times, days of yesteryear. Oh, it's up with now. But here we are. Major League Baseball playoffs are right here, baby. Live action. Live action. And there's one team in the American League that is trying to make a statement from the opening pitch. That'd be your Tampa Bay Rays. You're talking about speed as a factor. I bet Whitey Herzog watched that game like, God damn it. These guys can go the distance. Getting the ball, running probably some of the best base running I've seen. Watch how they run the speed of that team. Going first to third is nothing for them. Going first to home, he did what? Still at home. Still at home. Now they said, oh, Javier Baez did it, but Javier Baez did it on a pass ball. This was a straight up steal. And everybody wanted to know on Twitter last night who's to blame. Everybody involved. You can't point your finger at one person. That's what the bench is for, to yell. You're supposed to yell. You're supposed to make an unusual sound to alert everyone. This dude stole home. I'm talking about one of the most exciting plays in baseball. You think the walk-off is fun. The no-hitter, the three up, three down, a three-pitch inning, inside the park home run, hitting a home run that does not even leave the stadium. Those are all interesting. But to me, to steal home at a playoff game, the Rays are exciting to watch. Very, very, very exciting to watch. They kind of remind me of the Jim Leland-led Florida Marlins back in the day, minus the speed, minus the speed. But I like watching them play. I don't know what I'm gonna do about the quick, window, blow the horn, bang the trash can team. That's gonna be their name the whole time they're in the playoffs. I refuse to call them their name while they're in the playoffs. I refuse to call them that. The White Sox need to get it together though. Maybe they were a little nervous. Maybe they were a little nervous. Nervous like Cardinals second baseman, Sosa. Maybe. But they were nervous. Boston looked scared. If you saw that documentary a couple of weeks ago about Boston and New York Mets in 1986, the way Calvin Schiraldi, Stephen King wannabe lookalike, was telling us about Mike Scott, how Boston was afraid of Mike Scott. Look at the Boston Red Sox players in that game last night. They looked like fear was on the field. Fear was on the field. Oh, we got them Braves in action. The Braves. The most exciting player in baseball for the Braves is out missing the playoffs. But I love me some Freddie Freeman. Maybe it's because of the HBO documentary that I saw him on with Bob Costas. I kind of got into the heart of Freddie Freeman. But Man Cave member T Mac, that's his team, the Atlanta Braves. So anything or anybody that plays against the Brewers, I'm rooting for that team. So let's go, Braves. Let's go. Now, this other one, this could bring out the Hatfields and McCoys in baseball on the West Coast or the left coast if you're scoring at home. We've seen a lot of videos of fans fighting at the games, rooting for the same team, wearing the same colors, with the same people. I don't know what's sparking that. It could be that bullshit seltzer alcohol you're trying to push on these young people. Tell them the truth. Go back to Boone's Farms and drinking 40s. Oh, we'll have a riot there. Y'all stick with the seltzer. But this could be like the Hatfields and McCoys to me. The Giants and the Dodger fans. And the reason I'm saying this, I've met several Dodger fans here in St. Louis. And when I went to Vegas, shout out to 2020. And also Giants fans here, my years driving a golf cart, working the game. Listening to both sides, they do not like each other at all. This is going to be interesting in the stands to me, as well as on the field. But if my man Mookie doesn't have a day, the Dodgers are going to have a long series. But I'm rooting for the Giants in this one. I'm rooting for the Giants in this one. But I'm rooting for Pujols to hit a shot so far and deep out into that lake, river, ocean, body of water behind that stadium. I may put his shirt on and rip it off my damn self and run around the building. Pujols here's to hopefully a great World Series playoff run for you and the boys and the team. Cardinal fans, we got to have a Cardinal final season get together. I don't know if we're gonna do it on social media. Should we all just go down to the stadium without nobody permission and just get on down there and grill out and just have a fan appreciation day the real fucking way? See, that's what fan appreciation day to me would be. If the team comes back right now, hey, guys, come on down to the stadium. We're gonna cook out. You're gonna meet our kids, our family, whole nine. We're gonna meet some fans. I'm talking, open up to the public. Just open it up. Try that. Just try it. Fan appreciation. Now that right there would really go over the hump really well. Rob Manfred, you better contact me. It was my idea. It was my idea. Speaking of ideas, tomorrow's that day, people. Tomorrow's that day. College football Saturday. Absolute pandemonium. The madness. Who's going to move up? Who's going to lose? Who's going to be the shocker tomorrow? What kicker is going to piss us all off tomorrow? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So I come up every Saturday with a college football watch list. But if you're up early tomorrow, you're not doing anything else. You can tune into the All Sports All Plays Network at 8 a.m. as we do our college football show from 8 a.m. Central Standard Time to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Kickoff. So tune in tomorrow for that as well as we break down Saturday's college football games. But here's the watch list that I have. And I begged to stay down there when I went to Austin, Texas. Shout out to Electric Cab in North America and the folks down there. Great people. 6-3 crew. There's something about downtown Austin. There's something about it. But tomorrow they got the Red River rivalry. Oklahoma and Texas. Look here. There are not many rivals of other schools that I really like watching. I like the build-up of this game. The way they show the highlights. They show the old players. The slow-motion video clips. You're standing up in your living room or your basement or your man cave or your garage or your RV, and you're looking at that and you're saying, I remember that shit. And now you're pumped. Not even your team. That's how I feel about this matchup. Looking forward to watching it tomorrow. Also, this one here, it has something with, this could be one of those asterisk type games. Why I told you so. Maryland is playing the Ohio State. Fear the turtle. It's something about the Maryland fans. It's something about that DC, Baltimore, that music, the go-go music, that foot stomping shit. You know, how everybody dance with their ass there. It's something like that. But I'm watching this game very closely. I don't think it's going to be as easy as the Ohio State think it is going to be. All right, next up we got the hottest team in college football. The hottest team in college football. We're not even talking about their cheerleaders. We're talking about the state of play on the field. Georgia. Athens, Georgia, stand up in the building to represent. All right, we have a few members here from Athens, Georgia, but they're taking on them Auburn Tigers. Georgia is going to show out tomorrow. This is going to be a statement game for Georgia's defense to say, look, Bama, we know all about you. We hear all about you. You're all in the videos, all in the media, but we're not going nowhere. You got to come through us like we got to go through you. But I'm still watching that game right there. Next up, I think it's because of the fans I want to watch this. It's because of the fans. Penn State and Iowa. Have you seen the Iowa fans on television? Have you seen an Iowa fan on social media? It's something about the Iowa fan I like. Them Hawkeyes are something special. Penn State. Penn State. I don't know. Who are you this year? Who are you trying to be? What are you trying to prove to us? This is the game where both schools need to prove something to the fan base. Uh-oh. This could be a make or break game for both of these coaches, Captain Khaki Pants and Scott Frost. You got Michigan, playing the Cornhuskers, the men of Nebraska. Show more of the cheerleaders. This may help the players out. Footnote. But I think this is a pivotal game for both coaches. We already know it's a disastrous situation with Nebraska and Scott Frost. Not just the state of play on the field, but we've heard rumors about guys not committing to coming there next year. They're losing a recruiting class. So this could be one of those things that could be conduct detrimental to the coaching staff. So to speak. Next up, Man Cave member Jay, this is his team, Notre Dame. They're going to Blacksburg. If you've never been to Blacksburg, Virginia, hostile territory. I like the way the Hokies take the field. I like the way that it makes you feel like you're part of the game. If you're a fan, if you've been to Blacksburg, you know what I'm talking about. It's like they included me in this. I can't believe I was that close. That close. And then you're up there in the stand, you're watching like I was that close to number 58. It's one of those situations you get to point and tell your buddies, I was next to him before you guys got it. Before they came in. I saw him in civilian clothes. And then they come back doing their uniform. Impression. It's going to be so loud at that game. It's going to be so loud in Blacksburg. It's going to be fun to watch. So those are the 6 games that I'm checking about tomorrow on the college football watch. Some of you may be recovering from Oktoberfest early in the morning tomorrow as it starts this evening in historic Soulard. If you're heading down and looking for transportation, you can always contact my man Jeff at Ballpark Shuttle STL 314-722-6088. Why walk when you can ride? Ballpark Shuttle STL. And for my folk in Bell Vegas, chili cook-off weekend, I holla. We plan on making a stop by there after the show. And then on the way back, we're going to stop by and hit Oktoberfest. And then bright and early in the morning, we're going to do the college football show being brought to you by All Sports All Players Network at 8 a.m. So we got an action-packed afternoon. Next up on the docket, we have the NFL. Did you see that game last night? Talk about a finger mishap. Deion hand goes that way. Charles Haley hand go that way. NFL players got some rough looking. Woo! Woo! Well, I hope Russell's okay. But that game had me a little concerned last night as Seattle was taking on the Rams. At some point, somebody must have tapped Matthew Stafford on the shoulder and said, "You're not playing for Detroit no more. We can protect you." At some point, I think that happened. He's rushing. He's not letting the play create. He needs to go back to the drawing board. Go back to the drawing board. He's a little shell shocked. I don't know what's going on with Pete Carroll in Seattle. I can't figure that team out. On paper, you're smiling. You look up and look at gameplay. You're scratching your head. You're shrugging your shoulders. You're looking around for answers or a bubble above the character's head, just like in a cartoon or a newspaper. But it's not there. I can't figure out what this team is doing wrong. And quiet as kept. Quiet as kept. Gino looked like he's been working on something. Haven't heard this guy name in a long time. What y'all heard? Haven't heard this guy's name in a long time. But Geno Smith looked like he's been trying to tell Coach, if I ever get a chance, I'm going to show you what I've been working on. But too bad you lost the game last night. I think the Rams had a little stall points last night. It was just mishap after mishap. 2 punts on 1 play. Who made money off of that in Vegas? You talking about the what they call it? What's that game? The Sudoku of sports they did the story on. That's one of those hidden intangibles that happens in a game that's rare. When the last time somebody had 2 punts on 1 possession? Yeah. The officiating crew learned a whole lot about the game and themselves last night. Here is my NFL watch list here on Sunday. Green Bay and the Bears. And I know what you're saying. Aaron Rodgers is going to destroy. This is a division game. And when these 2 teams get together, things don't normally happen the way we think they're going to happen. Things don't normally happen the way we think they're going to happen. Remember that, and I said that during this game. Something wild is going to happen in this game here. Got a lot of matchups like that this weekend. Next up, the Statue of Liberty against the Denver Broncos, who currently need to get rid of Drew Lock, trade him to Chicago for Nick Foles. Let's do this right now. Let's shake him. Shake. Let's do that. Let's get Drew Lock up out of there. Only pieces he can move is in the game of Monopoly, and it's only when it's his turn. Big Ben needs this win. The offense needs this win. This is the time that Big Ben's closest and dearest friend that plays in the league needs to have a conversation with him. With the TV off, nice glass of wine, and call it "Let's Be Real" with Big Ben. And tell him the truth. Tell him the truth. If that's your friend, you're concerned about him. Concerned about you. And then the Pittsburgh fan base, keep putting those signs up there. 1 more year, Big Ben. No, you don't want that. You don't want that. Denver's defense, we need to turn it up. Because the offense, if Teddy B's not playing, he's been cleared of concussion protocol. But I don't want Drew Lock playing. He can't move the ball. Can't move the ball at all. But that defense, I need the defense now this weekend only to put up 12 to 18 points. I need to put that on the defense. Real talk. That's what I need. Got to be one of those games. Next up, Miami against Tampa Bay. Another one of those games. Somebody every year says this. Where did Miami defense come from? There's another person always said that, man, Miami always has had a defense. They just choose when they want to play. That is the most, I guess, confusing defensive team I've seen in the past 8 years. They seem to really do play when they want to play against teams they want to play against. And they're playing against terrific Tom Brady. Mama's that man again in the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers defense, some problems going on. They can't catch the ball. I don't give a damn if it was raining. That's Tom Brady, and that's the NFL receiver. If the ball catches your hand, what should happen, kids? They should catch the ball. Exactly. So I don't want to hear, oh, it's inclement weather. It's no. Hit them hands. Them gloves got everything in America on there for you to catch the ball. But this is going to be interesting on the defensive side for what Miami should try to do. And also, especially if they watch the game film when they played the Patriots. And also, terrific Tom is really going to try to air it out this weekend, I think, to bring back that confidence with the receiving corps. Because he heard it too, just like I said. They have been dropping the ball. That's going to be a good, fun game to watch. Of course, we got to put on here Gators. The Raiders. How I feel about the Raiders right now. David Carr is afraid of the coach game. He's afraid to make a mistake. He's afraid to check off a play. He's afraid to call an audible without looking to his right or left to see what the coach says. To get approval or gets the Chucky stare down look. Either way, that is going to happen. So that's Green Bay and the Bengals. My bad. Green Bay and the Bengals is the first game. I'm curious about Joe Burrow. That's what I mean, Joe Burrow. And the defense of the Bears, this should be one of those games against the Ravens where the Bears can really prove and see if they're about that life. They can see if they're about that life. If the Bears go in this game the right way against the Raiders. There we go. And then next up we have the Chargers and the Browns. We saw what the Chargers are capable of doing, whether you want to play defense or not. We've seen what they're capable of doing. That running game, something else. The running back, the little powerful dude, tough. They have a 6'8" receiver. You're not playing fair. You're not playing 6'8". 6'8". But the Browns and Baker Mayfield, ever since that first loss against Kansas City, they've been trying to prove to us each and every week they're better than that. They let that one go. Yeah, they're one of these teams that are trying to do too much. When they played that game against Minnesota, they should have lost that game against Minnesota. But Minnesota and Kurt, I'm your cousin, was trying to do things that was not there. Creating opportunities when there's no space can be a danger zone that usually spells a pick six or a turnover. Either way, somebody's going to be wearing a damn chain. The Buffalo Bills. I just got everything backwards on it, don't I? I got everything backwards on it. Oh, yeah, the Bills and the Chiefs. The Bills and the Chiefs. Nobody circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills. We know it's a playoff rematch. Buffalo know what happened last year. They let it get away. It got out of hand. They're still Patrick Mahomes. You bring up every record, everything he's done since he's been in the league, what his girlfriend looks like, the projection videos of what his child is going to look like when he's 21, what the Patrick Mahomes Foundation is going to look like in the year 2035. I get all that. You still got to play this game. In Buffalo, since Pittsburgh slapped him in the mouth in front of their parents, Buffalo had to reset the button. We cannot worry about last year. Forget what Bills Nation telling us. Forget what the media's expectation is on us. We got to go out here and complete the ball game. And if they're going to have that mentality, this could be one of those games where we see overtime. It's either going to be overtime or blowout. That's how I'm looking at this game. But Kansas City is trying to do things right for the coach, that being Andy Reid. That's my asterisk game, meaning I was not going to watch that game, but there's another game on the schedule because it's divisional and because of what has happened in the past and what the hype is. I got to watch the Cowboys and the Giants. Why not? Why not? There has to be a villain and a hero in every movie. We all can't be villains. We all can't be heroes. That's a t-shirt. So, but I want to watch this game for different reasons as well. The hype that Saquon Barkley brought to that team in the locker room after their win last week in overtime. And as well, what Dak has been preaching to the Cowboys in the offseason, in hard knocks, in doing this season. Patience. We got this. They about to do this. But every time they play the Giants, this one of those games. I misspoke earlier. I thought it was Green Bay and Chicago. It was Green Bay and Cincinnati. But this one of those games, Dallas and the Giants, Miami, Tampa Bay, strange shit happens. Strange things. So if you land some cash this weekend for entertainment purposes only, get out there. Live a little. Get off the edge if you can. Get off the couch. So that's it right there. That's what's going on. Baseball playoffs, college football, the NFL season, fantasy football. Our league being brought to you by the Tower Pub, located on Morgan Ford in South City, who now, after 15 years, carries the NFL Sunday ticket. Shout out to the folks that came out Wednesday to watch the Cardinals game at Friendly's in South City. It felt like we were at Busch Stadium when Spezio was there. It felt like that. It felt that loud. It felt that damn loud. And I'm telling you, I've never seen the line that long to get a beverage. It never stopped. It just kept going and going and going. We were loud. We were there. And we were present. And Cardinal Nation was there. We got the off season now. Let's think about it. All you GMs in Cardinal Nation, calm down. I know it's like over 85,000 of y'all that are GMs for the Cardinals, but I've never met any of you. Never met any of you. Let's ease into this. Have your walk it off moment. Again, softball players, great season out there to you. I appreciate you as we're getting ready for homecoming week starting Monday, Sumner High School. Homecoming week. Lots of things going on every day. But the big closeout for me is next Saturday. That may be the only day I do not watch college football on purpose. Gotta go hang with the people, of the people, by the people, for the people. Unless someone brings an RV with several televisions on there, then I will be there for sure watching college football. Other than that, you guys enjoy your day. If you're going to the Oktoberfest or Chili Cook-Off in Belleville, be safe, be responsible, check on your friends, let people know where you at. Don't forget to appreciate the details of the day. In the words of my great-grandpa, if you hold in hands, look down and make sure that it's yours. You guys enjoy your day, and thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you Monday or tomorrow morning on the All Sports, All Players Network, ASAP Network, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. We'll see you then on YouTube as well.